listening to WTIM, your information station. It's time now for your expanded local news. The Taylorville School Board of Education will meet this evening, August 12th, at 6 p.m. for their regular monthly meeting at the district office located at 1100 North Sportsman Drive in Taylorville. Prior to the meeting, a public hearing will be held at 5:45 p.m. regarding the district's e-learning plan for the upcoming 3 school years. The hearing will give the public an opportunity to provide feedback before the board considers the plan for approval. Other items on the agenda include the renewal of the district's healthcare plan, consideration of a driver's education vehicle purchase, and approval of the annual contract with CTI. The board will also consider the list of district evaluators and vote on the second reading and adoption of Press Policy Update 119. Under new business, the board will hear IASB talking points from Ann Chandler and receive an update from Lori Wemple on the NPT program. Carla Mickey will also provide a report from the recent Press Policy Committee meeting. The board is expected to set the date for a public hearing on the fiscal year 26 budget, with the tentative budget set for presentation during tonight's meeting. Kendall King, CPA, will deliver a financial presentation, followed by board action on a resolution of intent to issue $3.5 million in working cash fund bonds to support the district's financial stability. The meeting will conclude with the superintendent's report. As always, stay tuned to Regional Radio News for coverage and updates following tonight's meeting. The 16 Christian County CEO students from the class of 2026, along with their parents and CEO board members, attended Monday night's orientation meeting at Pizza Man in Pana. Pizza Man owner and CEO board member Mike Foster hosted the event, where the students and parents were given an overview of what the CEO, or Creating Entrepreneurial Opportunities program, will be like starting this Thursday and running from 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. daily during the school year. The program meets at their classroom on the second floor of U.S. Bank in Taylorville, as well as several other business locations throughout Christian County, and teaches students entrepreneurial and networking skills. Board President Mary Del Valle told Regional Radio News she shared some of her goals for this year's class on Monday night.
I told them a little bit about the founder, the creator of CEO, Craig Linvall, and I told him about some of the motivation to create the program and a little bit about the basic tenets of the CEO program.
Now, I know you challenged this group about some personal goals that you have as president. Share with us what those are.
Yes, I had already thought about, I really want to loop in and engage our alumni. And we have started work on that, and I want to continue that. But I also, another board member, had a thought about mergers and acquisitions, and I think I can blend the two, or we can blend the two, that we can reach out to alumni and ask them about their businesses and see if they would like to partner with a current student or if they would like to sell their business to a current student. If nothing else, it will be a great list of ideas of previous businesses that these students can use for inspiration.
Facilitator Neil Hohenstein, now in his 5th year of leading the program, told Regional Radio News the 11th year of CEO in Christian County is certainly an exciting one.
It is exciting with all the opportunity that the year 2025 brings. It's great for these students. I think they have the potential to do great things. They could do great things in our community. So I'm just glad that I'm at the head along with a great team of people that can make this happen for them.
You commented that this was a very diverse group of CEO students. Tell us more about that.
Right. So we have 4 different schools represented and multiple students from each of those 4 schools. As a matter of fact, there's like 3 or more from each of those schools. So this will be the most diverse group of kids not knowing each other and then having to figure out how they're going to get along with each other in the team atmosphere.
Hohenstein also told the CEO students on Monday night that, for the first time, Lincoln Land Community College will offer dual credits for participating in the Christian County CEO program.
Yeah, a big deal. I know this has been one of the goals of the program since its inception. So a lot of hard work, and I've had some help getting to that point. And then Lincoln Land has been great to work with, and we're really excited on being able to serve students at that capacity as well.
See this year's students and find out more on the Christian County CEO program online at christiancountyceo.com. 8 school districts across central Illinois are set to receive more than $3 million in evidence-based funding, in addition to the base funding already provided by the state. The announcement comes from State Senator Doris Turner of Springfield. Turner says the additional money will help ensure schools in central Illinois get their fair share of state funding and have more resources to offer students a higher quality education. The funding comes from the 2017 evidence-based funding formula supported by Illinois Senate Democrats. The law reformed how the state allocates money to K through 12 schools by considering each district's specific needs, including enrollment, poverty levels, and the number of students requiring special education or English language services. Among the districts receiving additional funding, Edinburgh School District Number 4 will receive just under $4,000. Rochester School District 3A is set to receive over $126,000, and South Fork School District Number 14 will receive more than $32,000. The evidence-based funding through the fiscal year 2026 state budget includes a $300 million increase in funding through their evidence-based model. It's to support student success across Illinois. More information on funding distributions can be found on the Illinois State Board of Education's website. This will conclude the first portion of your expanded local news, and it's brought to you by First National Bank of Taylorville.
I'm James Kirk, Vice President at First National Bank in Taylorville. I get it. Switching banks sounds like a chore, but we make it easy. I've helped people and businesses move their accounts with less hassle than they've expected and more personal service than they've ever gotten before. We've been here for nearly 70 years, a true community bank that's not going anywhere. If you're ready to make a change, we're ready to help. First National Bank in Taylorville, first every time for nearly 70 years. Member FDIC.
Loving Arms Pregnancy Center is celebrating 26 years of helping parents in our community through curriculum, baby care items, and nurturing relationships. Loving Arms has 2 locations, both in Taylorville and Pana, and their services are completely free. Programs offered cover a broad range from intervention, as in pregnancy tests and resource assistance, to recovery classes for instances stemming from the loss of an infant. Loving Arms Pregnancy Center is open to parents in all stages of life as well, from your first pregnancy or child to more experienced parents. Kathy Coker, Executive Director of Loving Arms Pregnancy Center, discusses what LAPC is and what they are able to offer.
We have 2 locations, Taylorville Center at 500 North Walnut Street, and then our Pana Center is at 201 South Locust Street. This year we are celebrating 26 years in this community in Taylorville community, but also we started in 2020 in our Pana location. All of our services are provided with CARE, and that's an acronym. It stands for Compassion, Assistance, Respect, and Education. And our programs are in 3 categories: the category of intervention, such as pregnancy test, options consultation, and resource assistance or referrals. And then our prevention category is basically our sexual risk avoidance classes. We're out in the communities, community schools, providing those classes. And another time I'll bring Heather Voles, our prevention coordinator, with me, and she can share a little bit more about that. And then we also offer recovery classes, such as from a past abortion or infant loss through miscarriage, stillbirth, and early infant death. Those are 2 different recovery classes.
Amanda Pauley is the Client Services Director for Loving Arms Pregnancy Center. Her role within the organization is to be with clients from their intake appointment until their exit from the program. Pauley shares the details on her day-to-day work.
I have been the Client Services Director for about 3 years, going on 4 years now. And my role really is just to facilitate the client's journey throughout the time that they're there, from their initial contact, which is what we call the intake appointment, throughout their whole time with us. And now that we've extended our services to 2 years, we could have them with us for about 3 years. And how I do that is I assess their current needs and their concerns, circumstances during their pregnancy, and as they're parenting, and that comes from their appointments I review, what is shared with us in their time there. And then I can share appropriate in-house resources based on their needs. And then I also refer clients to local partner agencies for services outside the center scope, such as housing, medical care, financial assistance, with different things like that.
Curriculum is a major part of your journey through Loving Arms Pregnancy Center. Polly gives just some of the classes that make up their extensive catalog of courses.
You come to me and we start from the beginning. You're pregnant. You've never been pregnant before. You don't know what's going on. I tell people that our program is the next best thing to having a baby come out with a user manual because they don't. But we can help you with that. So pregnancy, while you're pregnant, we do classes that are what to expect basically at every stage. Different things that we have a class called Unborn Baby's Secret World that the clients just love because they don't realize all the things that are going inside while they're growing that baby. We also go over labor and delivery, breastfeeding, and how to care for the baby once baby gets here so that they're prepared. And then we have ongoing like first year lessons. We have everything's broken into segments. So we go from pregnancy and birth to first year to toddler to just parenting in general. We even have classes on parenting teenagers. But then we also have moms who have been with us. They love our program so much they come back and they need classes on life skills, like what does budgeting look like? How do I, work through my finances? Maybe it's a big budget, maybe it's a small budget, maybe they have 5 kids, and childcare is something that they're seeking, and we have a class for that. If you remember the old ad, there's an app for that. We have a class for that.
And completion of their mini courses provides an in-house credit coined Mommy and Daddy dollars. Polly says that these dollars are then used at their baby boutique to acquire essential baby care items at no cost to the parent.
We'll go over that lesson, and when we see that they've completed it, they earn mommy dollars, mommy or daddy dollars, depending on if they're mom or dad. And they get to utilize that that money in our baby boutique. They can buy whatever they need for their with their baby that we offer, and that could be clothing, it could be baby gear, cribs, diapers, formula. Formula is always free when you're a client with us. And we had the CEO class actually come and do a tour this year, and I kind of did a Price is Right type thing with them, and I had them add up everything. I had about 10 items there, and like if you were to go to the grocery store or to Walmart and throw these items in your cart, these items would cost you about $110. And this is just simple baby care. And that's like formula, bottles, diapers, baby wipes, those types of things. This is not out of pocket things, not big extravagant things, just things that you need to care for your baby. But at Loving Arms, those same exact items would cost you about $9 mommy dollars, which you earn while you're there. And at any given appointment, the minimum that a client can earn is $5. And then the max that they can earn, I kind of had to do some calculations on that with all the different ways they can earn mommy dollars, is about $22 that they can earn at each appointment.
For more about Loving Arms Pregnancy Center, visit lovingarmsillinois.com. You can also call them at 217-824-7200. Kathy Coker and Amanda Polly both appeared as guests on the WTIM Morning Show. A NASCAR fan experience for Illinois Farm Bureau members next month at the Enjoy Illinois 300. It's held at Worldwide Technology Raceway in Madison, Illinois.
We
IFB Member Engagement Manager Ashley Buke says that it's a $400 value for just $200. Contact your local county farm bureau to get tickets. The race will be held on Sunday, September 7th. Celebrating the deep roots of family farms in Illinois was part of Ag Day at the Illinois State Fair with the Illinois Heritage Farm programs, honoring centennial, sesquicentennial, and bicentennial farms. It's an important mission for the Illinois Department of Agriculture, says Department of Agriculture Director Jerry Costello. More information is available at agr.illinois.gov. Under the Assistance tab, click on Illinois Heritage Farm Programs. You wouldn't ignore an email from your boss, would you? The business email compromise scam takes many forms, but in essence, the scammer poses as a reliable source who sends an email from a spoofed or hacked account to an accountant or chief financial officer, asking them to wire money, buy gift cards, or send personal information. Often, it's for a plausible reason. BBB investigator Don O'Brien says these scammers will try to pressure you into making a bad decision. The BBB urges businesses and other organizations to take technical precautions, such as multi-factor authentication for email logins and other changes in email settings, along with verifying changes and information about your customers, employees, or your vendors. Moving now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and are brought to you by Sutton Memorial Home.
When it comes to organizing your life, Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville has some words of advice. Consider pre-planning your funeral. The death of a loved one can be a traumatic event in people's lives, and you can spare your family the burden of planning a funeral when they are grieving. Sutton Memorial Home knows that establishing a pre-arrangement assures that important decisions and your personal selection are made in advance and spares your family an additional burden at their time of loss. Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. Caring is what they do best.
Kenneth William Bettler of Taylorville died on August 9th. Visitation is August 13th from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. at First United Methodist Church in Taylorville. Funeral service will be on August 13th at 12 p.m. at First United Methodist Church in Taylorville. Burial will take place at Oak Hill Cemetery. Funeral arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Taylorville. 89-year-old Betty June Wise of Tovey died on August 7th. Visitation is today, August 12th, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Kincaid Baptist Church in Kincaid. Funeral service will be August 12th at 11 a.m. at Kincaid Baptist Church. Burial will be at Oak Hill Cemetery. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Masterson Funeral Home in Kincaid. 71-year-old Gerald or Jerry Cocaine of Taylorville died on August 7th. Cremation rites have been accorded, and a celebration of life will be on August 16th from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Pillars Event Center in Taylorville. Funeral arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Taylorville. And 78-year-old Joseph Henry Halbert of Dwight, Illinois, formerly of Kincaid, died on July 9th. Visitation is August 16th from 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. at Reeves Funeral Home in Gardner, Illinois. Cremation rights have been accorded, and funeral arrangements are being handled by Reeves, Fruland, and Baskerville Funeral Home in Gardner, Illinois. Get details on these and other local news stories at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com, or you can hear them every hour on WTIM. WTIM is your only local news radio.